lesson, you'll learn the color.
Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What a beautiful, beautiful day here in Michigan. Poured like a demon yesterday, and this morning it's beautiful. Hey, wait a minute. Is Brock on here this morning? Hello, Brock. Since I see my cat last time. What? That's a long time, JC. Please bring the cat home. Good morning, B Lobster. Good morning, son. 36 people, 19 likes. Give me about 2 more minutes on the old people-ational. Oh, B. They'd rather have you do this than me, somebody told me. Somebody told me, you know what, pups? Whoa! They said the reason our analytics look so good is because of Mondays. They noticed 800 people join on Monday and about 40 join the rest of the week. What's that all about? What's that all about? What is going on with that? 800 people join on Monday, and maybe about 33 join the rest of the week, according to Herbie. Herbie was the first one to point that out to me. Thanks, Herbs. Thanks, pal. Good morning, everybody. Two flavors of tea you guys get here. You guys get 2 flavors. If you don't like jasmine, stick around. We'll get you a different one. Oh, Herbie, your cameo was all about it. You get over 1 million on Monday. Shut up, Waz. You were in on it. You were in on the analyzing the analytics. Good morning. Oh, I'm seeing so many friends' names flash by here. This is beautiful. Good morning. Say good morning. 1 more minute to each other. You look like Jay and Silent Bob. That's interesting. I don't even know who that is. But I'm going to take your wife's word for it. Wives know. Coolest wife. The Waz's wife. The Waz's wife. I swear I wish... we had a great conversation. Waz put me on a video conference with her, and what a pretty lady, but funny. Good girl. Good morning, everybody. You guys almost through saying good morning to everybody? We'll never be through. Good, we'll never be through, Mikey. Streety! Couldn't have played cornhole without you. We used your custom-made board that you gave us. Thanks again, big man. Good morning, Streety. Good morning to all, and to all, a good morning. Should we give something away before we get started? Why don't we give something away? Wait. There we go. I have a new tripod and it doesn't work good. I left my other tripod at the beach house. This tripod is wiggly. I don't like it. I need a new tripod. This one wiggles too easily. Let's give this away. Let's give this away. Psyllium extract. This is 1.8 grams. Let's give this away. Psyllium extract. We've taken shrooms and extracted it down to this is the goods out of the psyllium extract. And it's extremely strong. Ask some people before I even go any further. Before I go any further with that, can I get some testimonies from people that were at Mushfest? Because we were extracting up a show over here. Give me some feedback on scroll so the other people can. Was the extract good? Is the extract good? Is it strong? Whoa! Is it? It's really good. You just need a teeny little quarter gram. Quarter gram, and Waz and I laughed for 6 hours straight. Very clean. Comes on. Smoothie McWoovyton. Extract rocks, no pun intended, Waz says. No yawns with the extract, Laura thinks. Oh, you get the yawnies? Wasn't there a piano player back in the 80s and 90s, Yanni? We were talking about him the other day. He was like the Fabio of the piano world. It's not hard. It's not even a trip. It's just a smooth way to medicate. And we don't, very smooth on the come up, Egg says. You don't even notice, and all of a sudden you're just in an extremely good place. Don't take a lot. Don't take a lot. We had one friend here, we gave a little bit too. He sat there and he was eating out of it like it was candy. I'm looking at him going, bro, you gotta slow down. Bro. Then he goes to leave. I go, okay, take it eat. About 5 minutes after he left, Corey, knock on my front door. Hey, Pops, do you mind if I just pull into your driveway and relax for a little while? I don't think I could drive home. I said, of course you can. So peep out the window, there he is, crashed out in the car in the driveway. So, no driveway action. Let's give this away. 1.8 grams. I'm dead serious when I tell you. It's sort of a commercial. I didn't mean it to be. I'm dead serious when I tell you that I don't want you to take a lot at one time. Maybe a quarter of a gram at the most at one time. And then just see how that goes for you. Okay? The reason that we're saying that is because it's about a 4-to-1 ratio. If you were going to take 4 units of dry fruit, you'll take 1 unit of this. So a quarter of a gram is going to be about a gram of dry fruit. Okay? You may not have it, Alan, but you may try to win it. Okay? And also, so here's the commercial. I'm just going to give you a commercial, okay? The commercial is that if you go to the site starting tomorrow, we have, some of you that know Pops know this. Look at Buddy tripped 6 hours on a 0.07, yeah. Some of you guys know this about me, and others will learn. We're not in this, we're not trying to make a lot of money here. It's the last thing I want to do is be a profit center for the kindness and shrooms. It's not a money-making operation. I promise you. Every penny that we made went into Mushfests, went into giving, goes into growing more. goes into helping the legislation change. Every single penny that we make, every penny, if we make a penny, sometimes we won't, don't need to. I have a different life that I rely on for that. And I think that's an impeccable way to set things up. Okay, I have a separate income source, minor, humble little income source that works for me. The rest of this, I'm honestly doing it for me because I grow from this, but I'm trying to give this. Okay, Nerdy knows. Nerdy and the Colorado Micro League are out there. They're not making money. They're giving more away than they could. Look at Deborah Pearl. She's giving away 25 boxes of the greatest stuff you've ever seen. Just give it away. Okay? But guess what happens? Their grow gets going. It's just nature. If you plant back, you'll get more. Okay. So again, that was my commercial. We're not doing it to make money. We were, if you guys remember, just recently, it was costing me X amount to get the extract done. I have to divide by X and come up with Y, and that's what we were asking people for. What we found out, what we've done, because we're doing it better and more, and our X number has come down. Wait, where's the X number? How much it's costing me to do it? So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? What I can ask you to get it for has come down. So, check out the site tomorrow. You honestly can't afford not to try it. Check out the site tomorrow and you'll see what we're talking about. Okay? It'll be right there on the site. You won't even have to ask for a menu. All right, so we got that out of the way. And honestly, I feel proud of that. There's a lot of people that would like, hey, we can sell it for this. We've been getting this. We keep it at that. That isn't how we want to play. Right, Higgs? That is not how we want to play. We want to, everything comes down. This is a true story. I can remember 2.5 years ago, I had to ask for a donation of $180 an ounce of dried fruit to break even. That's what we were asking for 2.5 years ago. As a donation, you're going to help me that I can keep going. It's less than half that now. Okay? One of the reasons is you guys have seen the grow. We're like twice as big. When you're twice as big with your grow, guess what you got to do? Make it affordable. Make it reasonable. Get to more people. Okay? So here we go. I am going to give this away right now to the first person. Excuse me, let me do this. Here we go. The first person to get the color that I wrote down on my piece of paper, to get the color that I wrote, it's one of these 24 colors. It's one of these 24 colors. Which color did I write down? Kill the game, kill the game, kill the game, kill the game. Very first color on the screen. Lime, Shane the Meek. Shane the Meek. Shane already said it, you guys. You guys can all thank Shane for making the game stop early. Lime was the answer. So, Shane the Meek. Shaney, send me your address, and we'll send you that. You're going to send me your address to the DetroitMushLab.net. Scroll to the bottom of that website. There's a place where you can reach me with an email. Boop, you just hit the email, you send me your address. Boop, we send you that. Okay? So, Shane the Meek. Very first color on my screen. Oh, you guys know the lag is real. We all know about the lag. We don't even talk about the lag. We pretend the lag's not there, and we deal with it. Okay? Shane the Meek is going to send me his address. Should I give away a little bit more of that? Tomorrow I'll give away a little bit more. I didn't have enough packaged today, and the site starts tomorrow with the new pricing. So hit me up. Hit me up tomorrow, but we'll do a little bit more something on that tomorrow. Okay? I promise. We still have 2 more things to give away today, but it's going to be at the very end of today. We're going to give away a pearl box, which is the greatest thing we've ever given away. 25 of them. And then we're also going to give this guy away. We want to give this Thrasher fruit away. Look how blue it is. So hang in there. We're going to give that away. This morning we're going to do, let's do a couple of rando factos. We're going to bullet these rando factos at you. Watch how fast I do rando factos this morning. Okay? You guys ready for rando facto this morning? We're going to do them quick, and then we're going to talk about fermentation of fungi, and then we have an extra, probably 5-minute long lesson this morning. Do we know the difference between love and ego? Do we? Do we really? Listen to this one. This is a pretty good one. I'm not talking against vegans at all. This is just an example. Again, some of my best friends are vegans. I eat so little meat anymore, so I get vegan completely. But listen to this saying real quick. We're going to talk about this later today, but it makes so much sense if you think about it. Being a vegan is love. I think you're loving yourself. You're trying to take care of healthy. I think you love in the universe and nature. You're not trying to eat other animals and be the top of the food chain. And being a vegan, let's just call being a vegan is love. Endlessly telling people that you're a vegan is ego. Huh? Being a mushroom grower is love. Endlessly telling everybody you're the mushroom grower of Detroit. It kind of gets into your ego, doesn't it? This is a good one. We got a good lesson coming. 109 people here. Only 44 likes. What's going on with that? Okay? Well, give me some more likes. I mean, not for my ego or anything. Here we go. The only mammals that are capable of flying, what are they? What are they? The only mammals that are capable of flying. Antonio's all over it. Corey too. What are you guys, like batologists? Bats. Oh, Nerdy's going, Badgie's saying, wait a minute. We have airplanes. I mean, without airplanes. Bats. To be able to do so, they digest their food extremely fast, sometimes excreting it within 30 to 60 minutes after eating, which helps to keep their weight down. Okay. The largest crab is the coconut crab. Coconut crab. It can grow up to 3 feet. That's a yard. If I saw a coconut crab and it was crabbing towards me, I am out with a capital O. Coconut crab. What's the world's largest living amphibian? Largest living amphibian. It's the Chinese giant salamander. Chinese giant salamander. It can grow up to 6 feet long and can weigh up to 110 pounds. I picture the little gecko on Geico. That guy gets 6 feet tall and weighs 110 pounds. Wow. Has there ever been a giant? Okay, throughout history, there's always been wars. Some historians have calculated back to the beginning of written history, and the longest we've ever had in the history of mankind where there wasn't some kind of conflict between humans is less than 200 years apart. Generally, it's every year. We once had around a 200-year peaceful period. What about monkeys? Do monkeys have wars? I mean, if they're close to us, if we're like, hey, somewhere around evolutional, I'm not talking missing link. Do monkeys have wars? Or is it just humans? Well, from 1974 to 1978, there was a 4-year violent conflict between two communities of chimpanzees in the Gombe Stream National Forest in Tanzania. It's commonly known as the Gombe Chimpanzee War. That hurts my soul. I don't want chimpanzees to be having wars. What's going on with that? There are certain sea species that die soon after giving birth. Boop, I give you a baby, boop, I'm out. Boop, I'm out. Oh, Shane, I wouldn't want to be around a chimpanzee war. How about the octopus, the squid, and the salmon? Usually the male dies after fertilizing the female's egg, while the females live only long enough to birth the young before dying. They're killing each other off to have more. How do you like that? Do cats sweat? Do cats sweat? Those furry little fur balls, do they sweat? Derek and Penny are saying absolutely not. They don't sweat. What do they do then? What do they do? There's a lot of nopeses here's. Maybe they sweat. I don't know. Do they? Some say yes. Most say no. Cats have sweat glands, but they mostly sweat through their paws. Because their skin is covered in fur, the amount of cooling that the sweat can provide is minimal. The paw pads have the most sweat glands, so they sweat there the most. You ever feel like you had a hard head? Some of you wivesies out there tell your husbands, you've got a hard head. Oh, some of you even do it to some of you even say it to your wives. Hard-headed. Hard-headed. You're nothing. Nothing compared to a woodpecker. Nothing, I tell you. If you really want to upset somebody, call them a woodpecker head. Okay, I didn't say peckerhead. I said woodpecker head. Woodpeckers hit telephone poles and tree trunks with a force that's more than 1,000 times the force of gravity just using their beaks. What in the world are they thinking? You talk about like football players getting brain damage from getting hits playing football. Every 1,000 clanks. No, every time they hit, it's 1,000 times the force of gravity. That's crazy. That's nuts. How many blood types are there in the humans? Oh, hippie, I agree with you. I think woodpeckers are cute. I used to love Woody the Woodpecker cartoons. How many different blood types are there in humans? I honestly don't know. I know it's not a lot. 5, 4, 5, 6. What is there? 5? King says. Antonio. Oh no, everybody's saying 5. I think it's around 5, maybe 6, right? Maybe there's a rando. I don't know. Somebody look it up. Somebody look it up. This one you're allowed to Google and tell us. You have to tell us you looked it up. Kimberly thinks there's hidden ones out there. How many blood types are there in the human? Derek's saying there's O plus, O negative, and tree stump is, come on, give me a real answer. I can't give you guys this rando facto till we know how many human blood types there are. And then I'm going to give you a rando facto. Okay? How many are there? Has anybody looked it up yet? Haig says there's 8 blood types. Antonio says 9. Mark says 4. You guys are freaking me out. I want the answer. We know about 4 main types. I'm hearing 8. 4, I looked it up. I'm going to go with 4. We're going with 4. Okay, and then maybe there's, I don't know, randos and pluses and minuses of each. I don't know. We're going with 4. Somebody looked it up. How many blood types are there in cows? How many blood types are there in cows? Okay, thanks for looking it up, you guys, honestly. It's somewhere between 4 and 8, depending on the random mutations. Cows. How many are there in cows? Cows have more than 800 blood types. Who's in charge of keeping track of that? 800. Chillin', it says right here, 800 different blood types. What? 11 major, how many minors? Or is this rando facto wrong? 800 blood types is freaking me out. 11 times something times something times something comes out to 800. Speaking of vegetarians, in Bagharia, the Bagharia kiplingi is a vegetarian spider that lives in southeastern Mexico and northwestern Costa Rica. I don't want to hear about spiders. You want to hear a sad fact? Sad fact. I'm almost done with rando factos for today because we have to go talk about fungi fermentation. Sad fact. There are only 200 Amur leopards left on the globe as of 2020. They are a rare subspecies of leopards that are only found in Far East Russia. 200 little fellas left. Don't feed your cat candy. It's a waste of time. Don't feed your cat candy. You're wasting your time on his tongue. According to an analysis of cats' tongues performed in 2006, who has that job? Who's the tongue analyzer? What's your job? I'm a feline tongue analyzer. Oh, interesting. What are you again? I'm a feline tongue analyzer. Okay, well, what'd you find out? Well, in 2006, we did a very informational study. The fraternity of feline tongue analyzers came up with this as a conclusion. Felines do not have the taste receptors that react to sweet things. It's not on there. No sweet taste buds. All feline species, from the domestic house cat to lions and tigers, cannot taste anything sweet. Don't waste your candy. About 5 to 7 days, Swift. And I'm going to give you a final one. Have you ever gotten lost? Have you ever gotten lost? I've gotten lost before. It gets a little scary. You're like, oh God, what am I going to do? And you have to figure out how to get unlost. Have you ever gotten lost? Ever? Not in your mind, but like literally, you just like, I'm not sure where I am. And this is, especially guys like me, pre-GPS, and you forgot your Thomas map book. Remember the Thomas map books? I lived by those things because I was on the road every day. Have you ever gotten lost? Saturn's like, how many times, Bob? Just once. Just once. How about this? Do snails get lost? Do snails get lost? Is it possible for a snail to get lost? We got a bunch of no's already. Is it even possible? Humans can get lost. We know that. I've gotten lost, so I know a human can get lost. How about a snail? Niffy says, absolutely not. Well, what if what if I picked up a snail and I put him in a car and I drove him 100 miles away and I dropped him out of the car, on the ground? Would he be lost? Would he be lost? Or would he be like the Incredible Journey and he's looking to go home? Not if he leaves a snail trail. That's creepy, Kim. How about this? If you moved a snail, don't try it at home. If you moved a snail 65 feet or more, 65 feet or more, it likely will not return home. It likely won't come back to where because it's lost all sense of direction. Its hunting and homing instincts only last for a very small space. I'm trying it for science. Let's drop one off every mile and see how many make it home. Dr. Spider's like, Pops, they have a mobile home. That's a good one. Oh, oh, the incredible journey and feat of Sam the snail. Oh, what Niffy say? Oh, I bought a snail home as a pet when I was a kid. Yeah, I think it's sad, Sarah. Don't move snails, okay? Don't. Let's make a commitment here. If you can help it, let's not de-orient snails just because you want to. All right. And I like what Dr. Spider said. He's right. I mean, at the end of the day, they are carrying around their own mobile home, are they not? Fermentation of fungi. I still have 2 giveaways. Hang in here. We're going to talk about fermentation. We're going to give it a little bit of fermentation, and then the rest we're going to talk about some more of it tomorrow. Why is fermentation so important? We talked about it briefly this week. I mean, in the history of mankind, water has been really dirty. We've only learned how to purify and make water good for human consumption in the last couple hundred years. I mean, we know boiling water for centuries, but like just water purification processes, plants, etc. We're actually extremely lucky. We can turn on a tap. Yes, it's going to have some chlorine and it's going to have some other additives, but in general, we're getting clean water. Unless you're the city of Atlanta, they're working on cleaning theirs up right now. But through history, what they did was they fermented things. Their liquids were fermented. And the fermentation allowed it to last for longer and longer and longer periods of time. Hey, without certain fermented products and juices and stuff, there wouldn't have even been world exploration. We'd probably still be stuck on some island in the middle of somewhere. We wouldn't have even been able to reach out and find out what was even going on our globe. So fermentation in the civilization, in the history of civilization, might even be underplayed. Do you know that? And in fermentation, you're always going to have some kind of fungal properties. You're always going to have some kind of fungal properties. Of fermenting fungi, we're in our radical mycology book. Radical mycology. I'm going to read a couple paragraphs out of this to get started. We're going to carry on with this. It's called, we're on page 154, and it's called Of Fermenting Fungi. Okay? For all the incredible traits of the human body, does the human body ever just blow your mind? It does mine. It blows. I had a cut about 3 weeks ago. I take it back. I had poured some hot water accidentally right here. And I ended up with this big blister. My skin blistered against it. And then inside that blister was all that water that you get. Of course, I can't just leave a blister alone. I got to pop it. So it bleeds out. And for the next 5 or 6 days, I watched. And I'm back to completely normal. All the print is still there. The same print that was there before is back. Everything. I mean, this is an older, like, used version body, right? I'm not healing nearly as fast as I used to, but I still heal. It just insignificant little scratches that I look down, it's not there anymore. Stuff that's like, I'll eat something, I'll throw it up because my body says no. I can't even begin to fathom the wonders of the human body. And then also, if I look back, and I'm only looking back with in lesson, I'm not looking back with shame or anxieties, but I certainly spent a lot of time tearing my body up. Ooh-wee. I certainly have done a lot of things that weren't like healthy, and my body's still here, still chugging away. I'm blessed. If I went out tomorrow, I had a great one. My body did everything it was supposed to do. It brought my brain here. For all the incredible traits of the human body, our intestinal tracts are surprisingly not very well designed for the absorption of whole foods. Nor are we well equipped to even digest the foods that we eat, especially nowadays, the foods that we eat nowadays. Though the enzymes found in human saliva and in the stomach assist in the initial breakdown of food, much of what is considered to be human digestion should actually be attributed to the diverse microflora of organisms that dwell within our intestinal tract. All the aliens we carry around. Scariest movie I ever saw. Back in 1980. Aliens. Sigourney Weaver. They didn't have movies like that before that. Scariest movie I ever saw. After that, I don't go to scary movies. Scared the heck out of me. All of a sudden, some creepy thing came out of the inside of somebody. Oh! Now it's going to take over the spaceship. It was literally, I was a kid. I was 22, and I'm like, oh, God. I didn't even like the movie because I was so scared. I was like, why did I go here and watch this? Because I was with a bunch of Marine buddies. We all, let's go to the movies. They're all saying, oh, this is great. And I'm inside going, man, I never want to be a space Marine. When I think of our microflora and the organisms in us, I often think of that movie, The Alien. Just as fungi and bacteria of the soil reassemble nutrients into nourishment for plants and other organisms, so do the gut microbes ferment, digest, and return the stuff that we consume into a simpler form, a type of protoplasm that the intestinal lining can then easily absorb. Every time we eat, millions of other organisms eat as well. I'm up here eating. I got a whole party going on in there. Hey, we're eating too. That's pretty interesting, right? Lisa, we're all high on life here. I like who answered that. You're right. We're all high on life. We're high on kindness and goodness too. You want to join us? Lisa, all you have to do is be kind. In essence, the gut functions like a root turned inside, and its inhabitants include many of the exact same species that predominate in healthy soil webs. Our intestines are a lot like roots. And the way roots absorb stuff to help plants grow, same thing. Being of the earth, the temple of the body biome, I love of the human biome. I love that. We're a human biome. That makes me feel important. What are you? I'm a human biome, man. What are you? I'm a human biome. Being of the earth, the temple of the human biome reflects and contains this foundational ecology of the world. The same ecology that's working outside in the world of plants is happening inside the world of pops. I'm being nature. And as with any work that supports the habitats of nature, so does the digestive flora require occasional inoculation and regeneration to maintain balance. I like that Kim calls us a germ amusement park. A bacteria amusement park. Some of the bacteria are really good, though. We need to maintain a balance to ensure longevity of the human ecosystem. We talk about balance out there. Do we often think of ourselves as needing to be balanced, especially in our what we're putting in inside of ourselves? I don't think in those terms often enough. I usually think, what am I putting in my brain? I have to pay a little more attention to what I'm putting in my body. One more paragraph for today. Perhaps then this is why fermented foods have been revered throughout history by nearly all of the world's traditional cultures. The product of molds, yeast, bacteria, and fermented foods serve as a dense source, an inoculum for our gut flora. Ferments are a probiotic that replenish these beneficial microbes, which can be lost due to the consumption of antibiotic pharmaceuticals. We're taking our Pfizer medicines and we're robbing our body of the balance. Taking fermented foods replenishes that balance. When the stomach microbes are killed or their populations are shifted, an imbalance in the gut can arise, leading to an array of physical and mental health issues. We are what we eat. By consuming fermented foods, we can help maintain a high level of beneficial microbes in our bodies and mitigate the impact of these environmental influences. Is this interesting stuff to you guys? Can I read a little bit more tomorrow about fermenting fungi and its importance? We're going to get into the meat of the subject tomorrow. We're introducing the idea of how important our gut is. I love how our author has metaphorically compared our inside of our body to the ecosystem that we live in. I don't usually think in those terms, but when I do, it gets me like a spiritual goosebumps. So we'll talk some more about fermentation and the role that fungi plays in fermentation tomorrow. Okay? So we've done a bunch of rando facto. We've done some fermenting. I want to talk about our ego now. We'll do 2 giveaways before we leave here at about 10:10 today. Okay? Love and ego don't do what? They don't hold hands. Love has very little to do with ego. Often love will avoid ego, like I avoid gossipers. Like I avoid people that have nothing positive to say and nothing positive to add. I just avoid them. Love does the same thing to ego. Ego is defining ourselves. Ego is defining ourselves by everything we're not. I want you to take 5 seconds on that. Defining yourself by everything you're not. Your ego does that. We used to say in a recovery program, ego edges God out. You're so full of yourself. There's no room for anything else. You don't even know what you are anymore. You're just watching when you're just a walking ego. You know what the ego tries to do? It tries to kill you. But it needs you to carry it around. So it won't quite kill you. But it gets super close. You don't even realize it. Ego edges out all your good decisions. It's trying to protect itself. It wants to stay there. And it grows too. Our natural need to feed and protect our ego locks in the idea of who we think we should be. We're not talking one thing about who we are, who we think we should be. Often we were told that, program, this is who you should be. And then you're on your way to it. Oh, yeah. You're not there anxious and depressed because somebody told you who you were supposed to be. Now you have a bruised, hurting ego. Poisonous. The lack of authenticity, not knowing who you are or what you should be, is a perfect place for your ego. It's a perfect place because it lacks love. This is why our reputations, are you ready for this? Our reputations serve as prisons. Think about that for a minute. Some of us have reputations that are our prisons. I have to be like this. That's my reputation. Some of you are living in the reputation because that's what you were defined as. This is what this is what I am. Our ego will keep us in that prison. What will open up the walls to any prison? Oh, I know, and if we all struggle with that until we don't. Until we're like, that's ego. That's a prison. That's why our reputations serve as prisons. These prison walls disconnect us from others as well. Isolating, depressing, PTSD, anxious, can't get up, can't go. They'll see me for who I really am, but it's not who I think I am and not who they told me I was supposed to be. And oh my God. We know this because in the moments when we feel intense love or someone or something, our walls come down. Don't keep trying to mention it, but boy, there sure weren't a lot of walls up at Mush Fest. There weren't. We knew we weren't experiencing ego there. There wasn't one person walking around there like he was the king of the party, the best guy there, the hottest thing going. Listen to me, I'm it. Talk to me about it because I could tell you any. That's one of the reasons why some of our fests are so amazing, because they're so incredibly absent of ego compared to many other events and places that I go or have been. I don't even go anymore. Virtually egoless, walls down, authentic. This is who I am. I got a big old wart on the end of I don't care about the wart on your end of your nose. I care about that beautiful hug you just gave me. Love turns the you and the me into we. There's no we in ego. There's no we in ego. Ego's all about you. The strongest experience that we'll ever have as human beings is with a we. It's how we were made. Our DNA demands it. It's the healthiest we'll ever be. It was with a we. Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty much a loner. No, you're not. You just think you are. That's not your healthiest place. I can guarantee it. I've played that game. Love melts the ego. You want your ego to go away? Be more loving. Well, it was so beautiful. I want to cry. I'm not joking. Because it was so, that's really, if you get down to it, it was the authenticity of everyone there. The only thing that we might have done, we wore mushroom shirts. That was it. Sort of your little badge of. That's just because we like the fashion. Sarah, we're all there. We're all there, but we're not. We live there comfortably, but you're not growing when we're alone. You don't grow alone in the dark. You have to have a light on, and you have to have someone watering you. You have to have someone trim you. You have to have someone pluck you and replant you. We don't do this stuff alone. Love melts that ego. Ego's a border between you and me. I fucking hate borders. I was playing a game with my mind the other day. 5 words that I would take out of the human language. 5 words. One's deserve. I hate it. Another word I would take out of the human language. And when I say language, I'm talking about even our ability to comprehend it. Borders. Borders. Billions of people have died in our histories because of borders. We still have them. We have them within our civilization. We have them here. Black lives matter. White lives matter. Purple lives matter. These are all borders. Humans matter. The human biome matters. Borders are egos. Border keeps us apart. Border is one of the worst words in the human language. In our ability to comprehend. Why the hell do we have one? 70, 50, 200. And that's just geographic borders. Ego's a border. It's a membrane between the ocean and getting wet. You think you're walking? You think you're in the ocean? If you're egoed up, you're not even wet. Try taking the ego off and diving in. Ego is what makes us consider ourselves separate from everyone and everything. That's what our ego does. It separates us. It's not there to help you. It's there to keep you dry from that ocean. Ego has a language. Ego has a language. It's called fear. That's the language ego speaks. It doesn't speak love. We speak that. If you speak love, you're killing ego. Ego speaks one language and one language only across the whole continent, all our continents. Fear. It's whispering in our ears, telling us that we're in a fight for our lives. It needs to protect me, which means it has to ignore the we. There's a lot of ego going on in the Middle East. I'm not politics. There's ego everywhere, flying around. There's not a lot of love. It's keeping civilizations afraid from each other. Fighting over borders. Ego is self-indulgent. It requires its food from outside validation. Did you hear what I just said? Ego doesn't get fed from the inside. Ego does not eat from the inside. Ego is not an inside job. Ego gets fed from the outside. It's ego that chases gratification and validation. It wants to consume us. And why? Why does ego want to consume us? Because it's always lacking. It's never completely full. That's fear. I'm not quite... Love never worries about being full. Love automatically overflows to begin with. It's not that love breaks hearts. It's egos. And we all have them. We need to be mindful of the choices that we make. Am I making an egotistical choice? Or am I making a choice that's based on love? Is this a we choice or a me choice? Let me back up. I'm not bragging, I'm not flexing. Just a little while ago, I'm realizing I'm doing a replay here. If it was a me choice, the prices of things would never come down on the Detroit Mush Lab. If it's a we choice, the prices will continue to fall as long as we can possibly do it cheaper. See the difference? There's no peace when we serve our ego. It's not a peaceful place. There's peace when you're filling other people up with the love that you have that's overflowing. The more love you manufacture, the more that comes out. There's no peace when we serve the ego. And that's why we chase so much pleasure, to medicate the lack of peace. If we're filling our ego, we're just chasing pleasures. Ego chases the delicious, while love focuses on what's nutritious. I'm going to say that one more time. We're almost done. Almost done for today. Ego chases the delicious. Love seeks the nutritious. I have an ego just like you. And every day I see the difference in my choices to see if it's being fed. My ego is the reason I like talking to pretty girls. Or why I want to have the best-selling book. Or I want to be able to afford a dream home. Love is having a full heart, even after your shirt is covered with your children's vomit. It's cleaning up the neighborhood without recording it for social media. It's prioritizing connecting over self-worth. I'm no longer 11. This is the author. This is beautiful. I'm no longer 11, but I'm still wrapping my head around the idea of ego. There are levels of ego just like there's levels of love. And I hope to embark on a journey that takes me to the deepest levels of love. And I'll never be able to experience ego. I do have it. We all have it. We all have ego. Just at the time you're going to make a decision, you're going to make an action, you're going to make a move, you're going to say something. Measure it against, is this an ego statement? Is this a love statement? Is this an I statement? Is this a we statement? Is this an I action? Or is this a we action? I can say, we action, reaction, I can now say with certainty, when I ask for more likes here, it's not for my ego. It's not an I action. It's a we action. I want more of us here, learning and practicing together. I rest my case. It's not ego. Good stuff this morning. Good stuff this morning. Give me a couple of people that heard some stuff that was good for them. And we'll continue to grow and learn this stuff together. This is a great book. We're going to learn more about what is love. How do we do it? How do we become better and kinder? And it just takes practice. A little bit of practice. Okay. Let's do a giveaway. We're going to do, let's give this guy away. Let's give this guy away. 5.3 gram fruit. A 5.3. The book is called How to Be Love. And it's by Humble the Poet. Humble the Poet. Okay. We're going to give this guy away. The person that we're going to give it away to, listen. If you've won in the last 30 days or so, take a step back like we did yesterday. I want somebody that hasn't gotten a nice piece of fruit or a bag of something from us in the last month or so. I want them to have an opportunity to win this one. There's still a box coming after this. Take a step back if you've won in the last 30 days or so, and let one of our friends that hasn't won anything for quite some time, let them have a shot at it. Sound fair? Very, very filled with love if we can do that. Okay? So if you've won recently, let somebody else tell me. Wait a minute. Let someone else tell me what color did I just write down? What color off of this chart did I just write down? What color off of this chart from somebody that hasn't won in quite some time? Or never? What color did I write down? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the color yet. Okay, I'm still waiting for somebody that hasn't won in about a month or so, or ever. And if they can tell me what color is on this chart that I wrote down, I'm waiting. I still haven't seen it. There we go. Kill the game. AH 313. He or she said turquoise. And the answer sure was turquoise. Turquoise. AH. I've never sent him or her anything before. Make sure you're in the United States. And if you're in the United States, we're going to be sending this to you. AH 313. Send your address to the DetroitMushLab.net. Scroll to the bottom. There's an email address there. Hit that email address and send me your address to there. And we'll be sending that out to you. Oh, did I misspell it? Just do it. Thanks for checking me. I'll rewrite it next time correctly. Okay? I don't know. That's how they have it on there, turquoise. Huh. Maybe there's a different way. Okay. So AH, we'll get that sent out to you. And then finally for today, let's give away the greatest boxes of all time. Boxes of all time. They're called pearl boxes because they're filled with pearls. Will you please always do your best? Always do your best. You do not need the acceptance of others to feed your ego. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts to act egotistical. You have the right to be you. And you express your own divinity by being alive and loving yourself and others. Your divinity is expressed in action towards yourself and others. You want to be a devil? Be mean to yourself and everyone. You want to be an angel? Be kind to yourself and others. Express your own divinity. You're also going to get a fortune cookie. You're going to get 4 grams of steel magnolia, beautiful, beautiful fruit. You're going to get another 4 grams of DC 350. DC 350. You're going to get a mushroom token. And guess what? The mushroom token's in here. And do you remember the chimpanzee war that we talked about? 1974 to 1976, the Great Chimpanzee War. Do you guys remember that? If the chimpanzees that were involved in that war had taken a couple of these, maybe one in the morning, that would have never happened historically. If those chimpanzees, if we could have just given them one of these in the morning, that would have never happened. Okay? We could have rewritten history. If we could have just had some of the pearl pills over there. Okay? Okay. So we're going to give this one away. We're going to give it away to, if you've already won a pearl box, please don't participate because you've already received one. 23 people have already received pearl boxes. 23 of you. This one's number 24. Who's going to win number 24? The person that's going to win 24 is the person that says the color that I just wrote down. Go. The first person to say the color I just wrote down, if they haven't won a box already. If they've won a box already, please don't try to win another pearl box. Okay? And I have a list of you, just so you know. All right, I have a list. We're keeping track. Checking it once, checking it twice. Okay? I'm still looking. Who's going to say it? I still haven't seen it yet. Which color on this chart did I pick? Which color did I pick? I still haven't seen it on my screen yet. What color do you guys think I picked? If anybody that hasn't won a pearl box, if you've won a pearl box, I'll just be not sending it. We'll put it back in. Okay? Who? I still haven't seen it. Good morning to some of you. Thanks for being here. I'm waiting. There it is. Evil intentions. Evil intentions said orange. And orange was the answer. I have an evil intentions. Evil. We're going to be sending this box to evil. Let me just... Yeah, I don't see him having received one already. Congratulations, evil. Congratulations, evil. If you'll send us your address at the DetroitMushLab.net, scroll to the bottom of the website. There's a way to reach me. Boop, hit that. Boop, send me your address, and I will send this package out to you from Deborah Pearl right away. Okay? You guys, thanks for being here today. 10:18, we're doing a great job. Okay? Doing a great job here. Let's work. Let's practice. Anything where, is it my ego? Or is this love that's gonna motivate me right now? Is this an I or is this a we? Am I thinking of somebody and something greater than myself? Can I grow from this experience? Or is this thing gonna hold me back? Because the ego sure wants to. Am I operating from fear or am I operating from love? And you'll know what you're supposed to do next. Take the 10 seconds to analyze that before you jump. Okay? And then once you jump, since you know it's filled with love, fly, baby. Fly. Because you'll never hit a bottom. If you do, it's a feather bed. Ask Terrence McKenna. Go have a wonderful day. I'll scroll you guys out. Practice, practice, practice. Practice. Analyzing your motivations, your actions. What's the basis of this? Am I telling everybody I'm the greatest thing because think I'm the great? Or am I saying it because I'm really afraid? Because I'm not really being authentic? Mr. Marmars and Herbie and Slingy and Satter. And what's Pigeon saying? What's Pigeon saying? Huh. Doesn't seem happy. Okay. Mr. Phillips, Bud, Evil, Jesus Christ, to Mr. Marmars, 5280 all day. Thank you for what you're doing in Colorado. Hakuma, Satter, Slingy, Pigeon, I don't know what, I didn't see anything. Herbie, Mr. Marmars, Hakuma, Cat, Meow, Zilla, Dando, John Bivens, Christopher Larson, Kimberly. I'm missing all of that, and I'm glad. I avoid that stuff. Catzilla, Jody's, Shallow Waters, Mr. Dr. Spiders, Nippy and Jackie, Meow Kitty, and Raymond Walker, Hakuna and Slingblade, Deborah. Thank you for being you and your generosity to the whole group. Vague, how are ya? Hakuna and Nipper Mama and Ken Mycelium, and the name of the book is How to Be Love with a D. Antonio Gamacho, have a great day. Saturn, Pennypack, Larson, it's a very historical day. January, blah, blah, blah. June 6, 1944. Lexington, Felix, Slingy, Jackie Cat, Jackie Meow, Jimmy Max, Michael Allen, Pilar, have a great day. Derek the Anderson, Shallow, Mr. Marmars, Evil, okay, thank you. Badger, Nippy, Satter, Greeny, there's my guy. Enormous, Sakuma and Billy T, and Jay Saw, hi Jay, Cleany, Shallow, Shane, 5280, Herbs the Herbie, Jonathan K all day, Jesus Christ. Evil, Kenneth, there's Kenneth, Kim, I love Kim, Hippie Kitty, Shallow, Paul Velez, Chillin', there's Chillin', Jesus Christ in Australia, Laura, have a divine day, Melissa, asking Raymond to come back, Raymond, please come back, Christopher Larson, Jackie Cat, Evil, Mushy, Mr. Phillips, Mikey, Dio's, Tree Stump, Holly Enormous, Melissa G, Evil, and Mr. Marmars, Holly, Michael Patterson, he's my guy. You guys ever need somebody to play the mandolin, give him a call. Christopher Larson, Dr. Spider, Chillin', Wazzy behind a green curtain, I love that guy. Niffy, Hakuna Salmaldo, Jolie, hi Jolie, Hakuna Jodiz, Hippie Kitty, Holly M, Mark Z, Niffy and Holly and Herbs and Jackie Cat and Christopher Larson and Waz, JWO and Doc, Herbs, Hippie Kitty, I love Kim too, Evil, Mushy, Live, Laugh, Love, Jesus Christ, Waz, hit that like button, boom, I'm out. See you guys tomorrow. Please, please, please practice with me.